Writing is liberating. It is therapeutic. It is the gateway to your thoughts. Welcome to this video where I want to show you and give you an idea of how important journaling is, how it can support you, and it's about just doing it in your own way. I'm Chantal. I'm a psychotherapist, Akashic Record reader, and Reiki master, and this is the tool that I have used with clients, showing them how to do it their own way, because that is hugely important to do it your own way. And it's something I've been using for many, many years, 30 years. And as you can see here, this is all my diaries, journals that I've done for the last couple of years. And that is just the beginning. I mean, I've done so many, as you can imagine, working for 30 years. So where did I start? I was going through some old things, and I actually found an old diary from when I was traveling. Now, this was more of a diary rather than actually a journal. But when I went and looked through it, it was amazing what I found. And it was when I went back, I lived in Europe, I'd come back to Australia, and I was going back to UK to visit family and friends. 1989. And you flip through it, you go, wow, did I do that? However, journaling now, the way I do it, is actually more being able to express myself. You begin to express your feelings, to make sense of life. Because if you've had something happen that has truly thrown you, blindsided you, and you've ended up just lost and confused, this is what can support you. Now, I've used this for my own personal thing. I've used it also for my business. I've used it in conjunction with talk therapy. I've used it in conjunction with crystals. So you can create a ritual around this. So this morning I was also using turquoise to help me with my throat chakra, because I wanted what words can I use? How can I share this with you? Because I get very excited and then I can blank out and then I can get all over the place. So that's why I sat down in addition and made notes. Notes, what did I want to say to you? What notes could I actually look at? What notes could I support myself? And this is how you can do it. You can do it as dot form, you can do it as drawings, you can do it as doodling. There's so many ways you can do it. Now, how can you start? I really love this book, Julia Cameron. She does, it's the artist's way, but you can actually use it for yourself. And what she calls it is morning writings, morning pages. Because it can seem very daunting to start. I know I did, and I know clients do. You have this blank page and you wonder, what on earth am I going to say? Then all the negativity comes up, all the put downs, the critique, I'm not good enough, I'm not a writer, I can't do this. What is the point? How she explains it is, and this is how I started, because I did all that. I just looked at it and went, oh my God, what do I do? I suppose it's like an artist starting with a blank page, but at least you have a framework here that you can support you in that. What you do is you just sit down and start writing. You might just say your name, you might just say, I don't know what to write. You might just talk about what your day is. I've got up this morning. If you do it in the morning or in the evening, you just go through your day. It might seem silly, you might seem stupid. What's the point of this? But what you're doing is you're starting to pour your words out. You're starting to get things down on paper. Now you can do it and typing on your laptop or phone, but somehow writing, getting a favorite pen and getting a favorite notebook, just somehow anchors it in more. Now remember, when you're doing this is yours. It is private. It is your own personal thoughts. Just become aware of what comes up and what holds you back. Because doing this in this micro level actually supports you, what you're doing in the rest of your life. Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you not feeling enough? Where are you comparing yourself to others? Where are you feeling disloyal? Because as you start writing, you might write things about family members, friends, the community, just anything that comes up, what's happened to you in life, whether it be in childhood, you might have gone through grief, you might be experiencing depression, stress, PTSD, because that's what supported me was childhood experiences. And then after a car accident, when I had PTSD, I was so traumatized. But initially I couldn't do anything because I couldn't put words to it. I didn't know how to do that. I was doing a lot of therapy, self-help talk, a lot of support from my GP. And slowly I came back to writing. Because when you write, it helps you start to make sense of things. It starts to help you put words to what you're experiencing. Because when you've never been through something like that, how do you put words to it? It's your own words. It's your own experience. You can feel shame. You can feel embarrassed. You should have it all together. That's how I felt a lot. How am I going to run a business when all I want to do is hide and curl up and die? All I wanted to do was just stay in bed. But this is where writing comes in to support you. Now, there's all sorts of things you can do. I love to light a candle. So I have a little ritual here where I light a candle. And also that can connect me to my spirit. Again, do it your own way. And I don't want to put you off with the way I do it, because sometimes people find this too much or too spiritual, too woo-woo. Because really, all we're doing here is just supporting yourself. I might use a crystal. I might just pick up a crystal and look at what do I need to do? What do I need to think about? And sometimes using a crystal or putting something in your hand is also incredibly supportive. It anchors you into the now, particularly when you're unsure how to start. What writing does is, as mentioned, it starts putting words into you. You start pouring things out. Things come up. Now, it can be scary at first because it's going into the unknown. You don't know what's going to come up. How are you going to handle it? What does it mean? Now, always remember, this is your own personal words, your own personal writing. Find a lovely sacred space. You can sit it somewhere where you feel safe. If you can't do that, I write anywhere. I write on the plane now. I write when I'm visiting my mum in hospital or my partner. I write on the bus when I'm on there. I go down to a coffee shop. But I'm feeling safe now. I can express things. I also know I just go into this lovely little bubble into my own space and I just share my heart. Now, when I first started, it was really interesting because I also didn't value yourself. So look at what notepad you're going to buy, what color pens you're going to get. Because something I was taught as well, I just went and got the cheapest possible notepad and I used a black pen. Get started, don't let it stop you. But over a while, what I realized was, where was the love for myself? Where was the acceptance? Where was the luxuriousness of buying a beautiful journal? But at the time, I was so full of anger and resentment towards my childhood, my life. I didn't actually want to sully something like that. See, this is what comes up. So I actually felt silly. But at the time, that's what I needed to do. Then I moved to blue pen. And then it was suggested to use color. And it's interesting to see when you go through that. I don't actually keep all those ones. When I moved in with my partner many years ago, I threw all those out because I actually didn't want to go back there. They were out of my system, gone and done. But what I can do now, and I love keeping these ones because eventually one day I may like to write a book that keeps coming up. You can go back, even if you just flick through your pages, go, wow, that's what I did. That's where I've come from. Celebrate that because it's an acknowledgement of where you are. Because at times you can feel so stuck. You don't feel like you're moving anywhere. You don't think like you're getting anywhere. It just keeps looping. You keep creating the same stories. But trust me, something is changing. Something is happening. You may wish to share that with a therapist. That's what clients do. They come to me, and that can be part of your homework, is when you want to sort something out, when you've worked with me and you want to just clarify some things more, then you can come back. And then we take that deeper. And then we work with crystals, as I mentioned, and I've done a crystal video, which I'll put the link to. I'm going to be doing the chakras because they can also support you as part of your healing. This all becomes part of your toolbox. So you might like to subscribe because that'll be coming over the next month or so. I'll be sharing that with you because it's so, so important. Then again, you can use a pen. So you might want to work with your sacral chakra. Use orange. And then you can use a crystal to go with that. So these are just giving you ideas of how you can support yourself. So what Julia Cameron suggested, as mentioned, the artist's way, but you can do it different ways. She suggests, and this is how I did start, was you write non-negotiable every morning for a period of time and 21 days, but don't let that overwhelm you. Just do what you can do. Is she suggests just write A4, just write anything and everything, and it might be the same thing. Now, there's also what you call expressive writing, where you just do 20 minutes a day or 20 minutes 2 or 3 times a week, where you just write. That's it. That's all you need to do. As I said, scribble, doodle, write. Because I've started now doing some artwork. I've been doing some mandalas, because they're also all forms of way of expressing yourself. Because sometimes what you're going through is non-verbal. And you just need to be what it is, and then it comes up. So what I also do is I have my pad next to me when I'm doodling. If I'm wanting to keep it separate, or if I'm doing a mandala, then I've got my pad there. I might read a book and something comes up, it triggers something, go, wow, I want to explore that further. Because what you're really doing is you're exploring things. Now, the irony is that in life we like structure, because when you've gone through a difficult time and you're all over the place, there's no structure. Everything all becomes one. It feels messy. It feels confusing. But ironically, when you write, you don't need to have structure. So don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about dotting the I's, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, your P's and Q's. Just simply write. No one's watching you. And again, that might be something to look at. What is holding you back? Is it something a teacher said? Is it trying to get it perfect? Is it not getting it right? This is not a novel, none of that. This is a really powerful tool to support you and get you going. It will really have ramifications in all the rest of your life, because it will start to identify what's causing these issues of anxiety, fear, depression, sadness, loneliness. And what you'll find is slowly, because mine took years, so don't think this is going to happen overnight. It's not a quick fix, but it's a support. But slowly you'll find the words start changing. Slowly you feel, I don't want to feel that anymore, because it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit to feel that way, certain words. What you'll find is that you'll start exploring new words. It'll start opening you up. As I said, it's the gateway to your thoughts. You can change your thoughts, because slowly you'll begin to realize, I no longer need to be there. That is no longer my story. I no longer need to live in the pain, because why would you want to? So why wouldn't you start journaling now and start getting that release, that relief, that joy, that passion? Look at who you are. What do you want from life? Oh my gosh, I need to take a breath here and just make sure I'm sort of saying what I want to say to you, because it's easy to go around in patterns. As I said, I'm identifying patterns, you identify triggers, you explore your uncharted thoughts. These are some of my notes. You make sense of your trauma, you learn how to handle it, clears your mind. And what it does, when it clears your mind, it creates this beautiful sense of emptiness. Now, initially it won't feel empty, but slowly you'll feel like, that's why I've called my business Unfold Your Freedom, because slowly you'll find yourself unfolding. Slowly you'll find yourself getting this real sense of freedom. That is life-changing, because when you get a sense of freedom, you're connecting to that inner strength. You're connecting to your actual inner wisdom. There's such beauty there, joy, peace. Why wouldn't you want that in life? It becomes self-acceptance. So let's see, be honest with yourself, be real. I initially found that really hard, and I didn't want to scribble, and I didn't want to cross things out. It all had to be perfect. So for me, it was liberating on so many levels. As I said, start here, take it out into your life. And what it also is doing, and this is why I'm sharing a lot of my stories through my videos, and what helps me is, at the moment, having a mental health issue, feeling the way you do, is stigmatizing still. It's a taboo. We need to normalize it, find those words. And as I mentioned already, writing is there not only about that. You might write, something might come up in your life, you need to make a decision. Sit down. I use it with meditation. So again, I'll put the link to my playlist here. Because when you're with meditating, I meditate and write at the same time. It just helps me connect within, helps me just open my mind up to getting those aha moments, solutions, ideas, support. So again, when I was preparing for this, I did that. I sat down, because this is how I want to show you how it works. I want to get that sense of comfort, peace, what comes out. Because I know at the end of this, I'm sure I'll sit down and go, I should have said this, could have said that. So I have a little bit of my own ego coming in, because that'll always come in. The critique will always come in. But I accept it now. That's what I say to people. Just have it there, your anxiety, your critique, because what it's showing you, that's something you're out of alignment. You've gone into another story, someone else's story, not believing in yourself. Just go, thank you, come back. All right. It also makes you more productive. Isn't that wonderful? You create more space in your day, because there's more space in your mind. I think that is all. I have also, you can purchase, I've created a beautiful ebook, How to Journal. And in that ebook, I've got a lot of this, but a lot more information. And I've also got a beautiful step. I think it's a 5 steps of what you can work with, because you set you to, oh, that's what I was going to do. Coming back, see, this is also part of working with just being what it is with your own mind, and not feeling embarrassed and shy and what people will think. Because some people will love what you do. Some people won't. Some people will resonate. That takes a long time to work with. But again, come back to your writing, come back to your here, and just know that that's okay. That's okay. You're doing your best, the best you can, every moment of every day. Because you don't want to live with regrets, and you don't want to live with fear of the future, worry about the future. So coming back to my ebook, the link is in there. And I'm going to take you also through a beautiful process of how to do this, how to set your intentions, how to bring in gratitude, forgiveness, love, and how to celebrate your life. You can, as I said, do it any way. You might like to put pictures in here. You might like to put thoughts, gratitudes, something someone said. Celebrate. Celebrate your life now. You're so important. You are loved. You are enough. Who you are is needed in the world, no matter at what level. Will it just be you're writing for yourself? It could be writing for others. It could be sharing it out on a bigger platform. Doesn't matter. You, my beautiful friend, are important. That is what life is all about. Getting to know and understand that. Love to hear your thoughts, whether you journal already, whether you've got anything new from this. Hopefully this will start you on your journey or kickstart you again. You know, subscribe to get more goodness. Leave comments. Love to hear from you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for being here with me and allowing me to share this goodness with you.